Hey, I just got off of an overnight shift as somebody who's just getting back to working a job after not working a job for multiple years. I've actually worked for myself um, for quite a while, and I had a modicum of success, like some little bits and spurts of different successes and stretching my character and stuff. And I'm at a position right now where I guess I've decided to take a job, although I've told myself I wouldn't. Um, And I make this message for anybody out there who's going through parts of their life where they're just like totally, they're being stretched, right? Their capacity is being expanded, they're being stretched and pulled, and they're also being called by God to do what's right. They're being in alignment with their soul and in God through love, through service, and through not being judgmental. And if there are anything today, the message I leave today is to be a little bit more loving and do your best to be less judgmental. Because all that stuff ends up coming back to you. And your circumstances might be temporary. Most likely they're temporary circumstances that you are in. Your life situation is temporary. So much of everything is fleeting. And, it's like life is essentially this big game that we get to play in. Trying to control everything is kind of like trying to hold on to some air. There's not really much to grab onto. So I say that with lots of love as well. And I say that with a sort of maybe newfound humbleness, because I've had a lot and I've had a little, and from little I've made lots, and from lots I've turned it to little. And I've gone through some I guess some big up and downs, right? Like mentally, physically, spiritually. Maybe not so much physically, but maybe some little ailments that came from emotional damage or emotional like coping and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to land the plane here and remind everybody that God's got our back. You gotta have some faith, even if the plan seems weird and crazy, even if you don't know how. You have to have some certainty that you're gonna be okay, and that you can't allow other people's shit to get to you, because it will. And if it's not conscious, then it'll happen unconsciously. And so we all have an angelic team. We all have a godly force, a loving, benevolent creator here helping us out. And we can tap into that, and it's why I make this video. It's why I'm deciding to work a different angle right now and try my best to be in service in a way that I've never thought, in a way that I previously thought was below me. And I previously thought below me as well, right? And so it's funny how the tables turn. You never know how quickly the tables can turn on you. And, if you can do it once, you can do it again. If you're fucking up over and over again, you can learn from your mistakes and do better, right? You might be in these loops because you haven't learned the lesson and integrated it yet. And I know for the younger gen, there's a lot of people who feel so much pressure because they're doing dumb shit they don't want to do, or they're listening to their parents' advice and it's fucking making them miserable because they give so much of a fuck what their parents think. And they're holding on to the baggage and stuff, and I'm just here to let you know you can let go of the baggage. You don't have to hold on to the fucking shame and the heaviness of the world. It was not your job to hold on to it. I've held on to it too. I've held on to something for over 20 years, thinking that was my job to do something since I was a little boy, since I was 5 years old, right? And so that thing has literally been dissolving in me for years, to the point where, like, literally it's like a bomb got set off, in a sense, metaphorically, right? Like, and boom, like all this energy just kind of like poofed away, like a sense of self, a sense of identity, and it's kind of like started me back out at my foundation. And so through this, I know that God has a good plan for me and is trying to set up a good foundation for me. And as much as I've wanted to quit, I can't. Even if I have to take breaks along the way, I'll do that. And there's something rewarding and freeing about that. So, yeah, whoever this message is for, keep chugging along, okay? Like, keep doing your thing. It's not over yet. It's probably just getting started. You don't need to know how to do everything. It doesn't need to be perfect. You need to try. You need to give your best effort. And you need to stop giving a fuck about what other people think, and stop giving a fuck about other people's opinions, and appreciate it for what it is. And you need to appreciate God and all the good things in your life and every single thing in your life. And you got to appreciate all the shitty things, all the torture and the torment and the fucked up things that have ever happened to you. You have to be fucking thankful for all that stuff, because without that stuff, you wouldn't be here. Without those experiences, you wouldn't have learned something new. Right? You wouldn't have been able to get stronger because of all that pain that literally had to come your way. And yeah, and we have a day at a time to work on our perception. We have a day at a time to work on our money, our mindset, our spirit, and our vision, right? We're able to work through clarity, through presence, through appreciation, through creativity and communication. And that's something that they can not take from you if you don't allow them to. So forgive yourself, forgive the people around you, forgive those who piss you off, send them some good love, because really your forgiveness is actually you giving to yourself. Peace.